3 de octubre de 2017. 12:36 a.m. First dream. I was in a place which was a mixture of X-Men's Savage Land and the island from Jurassic Park, and a scientist was trying to recruit mutants so he could make dinosaur/mutant hybrids. 2:40 a.m. Second dream. Deco from Danciego comes home and we talk about Discord records and death grips as I show him my record collection. 2:52 a.m. I get up and drink some water after my second dream. I go to bed, close my eyes, try to sleep. Negative. Today's gonna suck. A lot. 2:55 a.m. I'll never understand how mom and dad can sleep with the radio on, where there are people telling such horrible stories about their experiences during the crisis. 3:16 a.m. I try to bust one. Maybe it can help me sleep. Get a few more minutes in before the action starts, but I can't get a solid image. All I get are thoughts about the fucking ice line. 3:54 a.m. I don't think I've ever seen the full moon shine this bright. I guess it's the absence of light pollution. 4:19 a.m. We made it here at about 4:08 a.m. and there was already a pretty long line. I wonder who was the first to arrive and what hour he or she arrived. One day I heard a woman say she was here since 9 p.m. from the previous night. That's crazy, but it goes to show how far people will go for their essentials. 4:26 a.m. According to Rick and the senior in front of us, gates open at 7 a.m. That's not that bad. Yesterday I had to wait the same if not more. By now, I'm just taking all this waiting in line as tests of patience. 4:35 a.m. There's this cop inside the ice factory. He's already on his third cigarette since we got here. I can't imagine how stressed he must be. His job on the daily is stressful enough. Under these circumstances, it must be 10 times more stressful. 4:47 a.m. The back pain is starting. I can't let it take me down. I gotta find ways to distract myself. Observing my surroundings and writing poetria always helps. 5 a.m. People are standing up. I don't know if that's a sign that they're tired or getting angry. 5:15 a.m. Businesses and merchants are already taking their ice. Maybe the police told the owners of the ice factory to do this, so when they open to the public, the line can move faster. I hope this is true, and they follow it through. I can't do good. 5:23 a.m. Something I've noticed in my 26 years of life is that as you grow older, when you see familiar faces, they either recognize or forget you exist. I guess it all depends on the impact you left on that person. 5:27 a.m. I hit it when pens are about to die. Spreading that last drop of ink can be hard because you gotta press it hard, and painful because you're a writer and you always need a pen. 5:33 a.m. Some people are getting anxious. Maybe they're from the same people who couldn't buy ice yesterday after the ice maker died once again. 5:39 a.m. They just moved our line to another location where a truck filled with ice is. Tension was building. Apparently there were people waiting since 10 p.m. So they took our line, or rather Rick's line, to this new spot. Now there's another line on the way. I wonder what the fuck is going on with the control. Chaos might erupt. 5:49 a.m. It's a weird form of organization that they're doing today. It might confuse the regulars. It might confuse or work for the better. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. 6:05 a.m. The sun starts rising. I can finally write without having to hold a flashlight with my neck. Less than an hour till ice starts being bought, or so they say. 6:20 a.m. I go on social media for a while. Boricuas in the States are doing what they can to help the island. Some raise awareness, some gather donations, some even come to the island and help however they can. It shows that despite the differences, Boricuas gather up and try to support each other whichever way possible. 6:24 a.m. In this line we're here today, there are many old people. A lot of them are in pain due to their respective illnesses, but they still show how their happy spirits are by sharing stories and jokes, either old or new. 6:28 a.m. There's an old man looking to cut in line. He talks to all his friends and little by little looks to find a spot. But there's an old lady who constantly yells at him to go to the back of the line. It goes to show old people, no matter what age, will fight against injustice, even if it's all for a bag of ice. 7:17 a.m. Took the ice home, new line now, gas, y no es muy larga. 7:22 a.m. Listening to A Tribe Called Quest makes everything better. They even make this line move faster. 7:24 a.m. This is the fourth pen I've used during this crisis. Pretty soon I'll be moving to my third notebook. I'm either really bored or really inspired. Perhaps the reason why I'm writing so much is because I'm spewing all my thoughts, even those I would usually waste on social media, on the paper in a more organized, cohesive, and creative form I like to call poetria. 7:37 a.m. I think Puerto Ricans are really understanding and firmly applying the meaning and act of carpooling in these chaotic times. Who knows? This might lead to new and stronger friendships, or the exact opposite. 7:44 a.m. So close yet so far, but it doesn't matter, 'cause tribe keeps me company. 8:02 a.m. 2 successful missions in a row. I guess today isn't gonna suck. Not to mention the beautiful morning we got in Sabana Grande. 10:21 a.m. Slept for a while, maybe an hour or more. I take a piss and think about my next move, maybe start a painting, maybe read a book. Anything that distracts me from this headache and the crisis. 10:25 a.m. Mouth is dry, so I take a sip of water. One of my goals in this crisis is to never have a dry mouth, like Blondie in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, when Tuco drags him across the desert. Nah, never like that. That's gotta be the worst. That right there is probably one of my biggest fears. That film might not be horror, but that scene sure was horror. 10:32 a.m. Maria took away many things, trees, power poles and cords, even houses and people. But the one thing that bitch didn't take was the mosquitoes. For some damn reason, those motherfuckers are now more out there than anything else. I can't even go to sleep in my own room without having to worry about one of them biting me. I've never been a victim of dengue or anything like that, pero no me está raro si lo fuese en algún momento durante la crisis. 1:06 p.m. I guess it's true what King says, inspiration does spark out of nowhere sometimes. In a matter of around an hour, I've created 2 groups of superpowered characters. Now I just gotta write stories with them. But that's my problem a lot of the times. I don't have confidence in my storytelling abilities in terms of prose, so I just shelve characters. I don't have skills doing comics either, so I don't bother doing that either. But not this time though. I've got a little something going on here. I just gotta get it organized and start writing. 3:12 p.m. Mom came home earlier today. She accomplished all her goals, plus brought some bread. Yes. Dad came home earlier. He accomplished all his goals, plus brought some water and soda. Yes. Rick and I brought ice. I filled the car tank, and later on we started a painting. Yes. If you ask me, it's been a great day. For the CG clan, yes. 3:53 p.m. Sat with Dad on the porch and we talked about our days. Nothing really new though. Lots of line waiting. That's what our lives are filled with most these days. 3:55 p.m. I always wanted to practice graffiti. I remember writing my nickname in the style of graffiti artists on my school notebooks, trying to find my style, but I never practiced it to the fullest. I guess it was a phase. I've always loved the art form though. I'm still interested in learning how to do it. I guess that's why on today's painting I painted the background with a spray can. Not only does it help me do it faster, but it gives me at least somewhat of a feel of what it would be to be a grafitero. 4:31 p.m. Being alone in those house always feels a little weird. But now, without any music or TV to be in the background, it feels even weirder. I can hear everything in and around my house. The toilet when it's full of water, the weird sound the Capri Sun makes as I try to drink the last drop of juice, the vecino's power plant, an old man using a machete to work in his yard, a mother down the street punishing her child, a bees buzzing in the backyard, my next door vecino talking to her daughter, dogs barking down the street, my front door vecinos taking down their tormenteras. Everything. I can hear it all. It's as if I've turned into Daredevil. 5:25 p.m. Dad and Rick left to buy food. Mom tells me we should buy a gas tank and use the gas stove to save some money. I agree, but today I want some Chinese. 5:27 p.m. It started to rain. Great. Another 50-50 night. Hot or cold, we don't know. All I know, mosquitoes will flow. 6:29 p.m. Went to the park to try and get some signal, but nothing. Now I have no idea how Landy and my adventure tomorrow is gonna work out. Fuck. Another morning waking up at 4 a.m., but this time no hay certidumbre. It's a blind date. 7:05 p.m. Got a few bills to pay, already separated the cash. I wonder if they'll have pity in these harsh times, or if they will still bill one extra for paying late. 7:07 p.m. According to an electrical engineer Dad met today, the power should be back in Sabana Grande soon. I hope it's true. I don't want to keep going to the damn ice line anymore. 7:18 p.m. Next week, I'm out of my OG epileptic pills. I'm afraid to have a seizure. I can't afford it. Not now, especially not now. I don't want to cause my fam any problems. I don't want to have my life in danger. Hopefully the generic pills will aid me in the moment, keep me going through while we go back to normal. Next week, I got an appointment with my doctor. Gotta tell him to prescribe me two originals. Can't afford probs in times that are critical. 7:36 p.m. Heard on the radio that there are towns where their trash hasn't been disposed since Irma. That's around or over 3 weeks. We can't afford to have a disease epidemic right after an attack like Maria's. The death and loss would be too much. The world needs to know. We need help. 7:39 p.m. The west coast of the island hasn't been considered a disaster zone, according to FEMA, but they have no idea. People have lost everything, and there are rocks, trees, and poles everywhere. People need the aid. Many don't have water, gas stoves, nor power plants. Plus, the gas is low and hard to come by. People are suffering and dying, but they don't understand. 8:46 p.m. Just shared a few laughs with Mom and Dad. I love it. That's one of the positives to come off Maria. Quality time con los viejos. 9:01 p.m. The night shines with the moonlight. It's strange though. There's a full moon again. Is that good or bad? 9:05 p.m. Dad snores like a Snorlax. I do too. Inheritance, I guess. I've seen people use a machine which aids them with their snoring. I wonder what it does exactly. I wonder if I'll have to use one someday. If I marry Michelle, I might have to do so. She can't sleep with loud noises. 9:08 p.m. I wait for the drainage to suck all the water and soap so I can clean whatever is left. Mom tells me the problem is due to soap. Perhaps it gets stuck. Michelle's mom theorizes it might be because some pipes were broken due to rock slides caused by Maria. I don't know who to believe. I just gotta wash whatever's left in the tub. 9:17 p.m. Just cleaned the soap that was left in the bathtub. I hope Mom buys the chemical used to clean the drainage. This shit can't go on like this. We have enough problems already.